Is it possible to grind or smooth the nib too much to the point where the alloy tipping is ground right off? If so, can anything be done about it? And if not, will the lack of tipping affect writing, or will the nib itself be the same shape as the tipping by that point? I love Goulet pens. Please continue to be amazing. Well, thank you. That's great. Okay, so yeah, so that tipping material that's on the nib, it's welded on there and then it's ground to be round like that. If you are using something like Mylar paper or a really fine grit like 12,000 grit micro mesh, it's pretty hard to grind off that tip because it's a really hard metal. That's why it's tipped. It's a different alloy than what the rest of the nib is made out of. So it's a really hard wearing metal. It's made to last years and years and years and years and years and years. So just grinding it with something really fine like those is kind of hard. You'd have to do it for like hours probably. If you are grinding with a much coarser thing to actually try to like regrind the tip and change the tip size or make it italic or something like that, you could certainly use something more aggressive and grind away that tip if you would. Now, because that tipping material is harder than what's on the rest of the nib, if you're actually grinding to the point where you grind the tip off, you know, the way that fountain pen nibs are shaped, if you're grinding the tip off, you're going to be left with less of a tip. So it's going to be a flatter, broader tip that you're left with, and it's going to be made out of that stainless steel or gold or whatever that's left, that's not as hard wearing as the tipping material that's on there. So it will wear away faster. You know, maybe in a year or two, or a gold nib, it's going to wear away much faster because it's not as hard than it would with the tipping material on there. So you're not going to want to grind away that tipping. If you do, you can get it retipped from somebody from somebody who's very qualified, because that is not an easy thing to do. You can do that. It's not going to be cheap, so a pen would really have to be worth it to you. You might be able to replace the nib if it's a company that offers replacement nibs or can do a replacement as a warranty service. Not warranty, because that definitely wouldn't be covered under warranty, but as a repair service, I guess. So that you'd have to find out specifically with your pen if that's possible.